Maya Angelou, a very famous poet, okay, we all know who Maya Angelou is, said, I have written 11 books, but each time I think, they're going to find out now. I have run a game, and everybody, they're going to find me out. Now, let's go ahead and story time. You see the title of the video. We're going to talk about this subject, the imposter syndrome. A very interesting topic that a lot of people don't think about. I don't think about it until I started working on this course and seeing how can I go ahead and give what I call a bulletproof mindset to some of my trainees. And I was thinking about this, and up to 75% of people have this disease, if you want to call it, the imposter syndrome, especially when you're talking about entrepreneurs. Those numbers even tend to be much higher as far as having this, imposter syndrome. And just think about it, 75%, up to 75%, that's a pretty big ass number, okay? And it's usually, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it comes from self-doubt. It comes from self-doubt. And a little bit of story time. I remember when I got into the financial industry as far as business lending, after 2008, market crashed. If you've seen my story, you need to see trouble, my failed businesses. There's going to be a link in the description. But I was trying to figure out what to do. And my re-entry to the finance industry was this job. I saw an ad on the paper or Craigslist, and they were looking for a credit consultant. And I've never done any kind of credit consulting. They were looking for a credit repair specialist. I call it a credit consultant, but they're looking for a credit repair specialist. And I went ahead and applied. And one of the things that was very interesting about the job is they said that what they did was offer business lines of credit to even startups that would work with established businesses. And one thing that I keyed on was they said that they even help businesses and they use stated income. And if you're in the funding industry, especially in 2008, those words were like forbidden words. You could not say stated income after what happened with 2008, because that was the cause of what happened in 2008. So I was like, God damn, I was like, what the heck are you guys doing? Whatever it is, I want to find out. If you can get somebody $50,000 to $100,000 at this time period in the economic market at stated income for a startup company, what are you guys doing? Whatever it is, I want to do it. So I got an interview, and it was about a credit repair specialist. I've never done that job before, but I'm the type of individual that you give me 24 to 48 hours in Google, and I'm gonna make sure I understand what the hell needs to be done. Okay, I will perform surgery within 24 to 48 hours. I'll figure it out. But going through the interview process, I felt like an imposter. I felt like I just lied my way because I got the job. Eventually, I pressured them. I called them every single week after the interview to make sure that they gave me the job. But I felt like an imposter after I got the job. I became very good at it, though. I was the only person in the office that was getting paid commission. Everybody had salary or hourly payment, and I only got paid once items got removed off the client's credit report. And I would make a killing. I'd make really good money. And I remember being even recognized in some office meetings that, hey, Brian, because I was the only credit repair specialist. There was a lot of loan brokers around, and any client that did not qualify for a specific program, they would send them to me to help them fix their credit. And then I'd send them back to the loan broker so they can get them funded. So, it's at a company meeting, I'm getting recognized, and how many, just think about this, how many of you have been, when you're getting recognized for whatever accomplishment you made, and, I don't know what, you have this feeling of, well, I don't know what I'm doing here, or do I even deserve it, or it's just a feeling of, did they make a mistake, and some of the causes of the imposter syndrome, is growing up with an alcoholic parent, which I did, growing up with domestic violence or any physical abuse, which there was some of that in my childhood as well, or any constant criticism. So the imposter syndrome that you're feeling is in response to the trauma that you faced in your childhood. And a lot of people go through this. As I said, those numbers are up to 70%. So those numbers are huge. One of the things about the imposter syndrome is it always comes with what I call pain and perfection. You try to always be perfect at everything you do. And this sometimes stalls progress, prevents people from actually going towards their goals. because they tend to have this limiting belief. There's this, what I call this person in your head that always makes you feel like, you're not worthy or you can't do what you think, what you're about to embark on. It's like a crappy friend. It's like a crappy best friend in your head that always talks shit. You know what I'm talking about, man. He comes, when you're thinking about doing something great and you come up with a great idea and you got this little, Uncle Ruckus. Okay, that's what I call mine. I like Uncle Ruckus. Okay, anyway, put Uncle Ruckus on the screen. It's like Uncle Ruckus.
So this is it, huh? Is this what you do all day? Sit there reading books that make you think better of yourself, huh? Black man can't get nowhere with his little pecan-sized mind, so now you can read. Now what? What you gonna do now?
Uncle Ruckus is just a hater. He just be but every time, one of the things, and if you know what I'm talking about, what I've developed, and I believe that what got me through all of those things is what you develop in your head what I've, looking at one of these articles I was reading about this topic, they call it it's called a radical hero. Because you have to talk down Uncle Ruckus. You gotta calm his ass down because he will talk you.
Look like we got us the winner of the Lucky Nigga of the Year award. They must think the sun shine out your ass.
Mr. Wonderful's been very nice.
Yes, they must thank you Sidney fucking Poitier. Well, I've been working for Mr. Wansler for 20 years. I ain't never got invited to the party. Shoot, he don't even let me use the front door. But you wouldn't know about that now, would you, Mr. Tibbs? Oh, yeah. They must think your shit smell like spring daisies and cinnamon.
You will end up committing suicide if you could keep listening to Uncle Ruckus. Okay. Okay. So when you hear that crappy best friend, that Uncle Ruckus in your head, you activate what we call is the radical hero. And that is, think of it as, Superman, that guy that is unstoppable. And it's especially worse now in the age of social media because we tend to, as a society, judge ourselves, where we are in life based on our peers and the people around us, and now based on the influences that we see on social media. And it becomes very stressful. I remember going to a close friend's birthday party. Anya, shout out to Anya, really good. It's a client and a friend, and very successful guy. And he had just bought himself a Rolls-Royce truck. And I remember, this is one of my clients. He was one of my credit clients, like one of my first clients when I started my credit consulting business. And I remember a couple of years ago, this is before that party, he called me. He was having a 35th birthday party here in Dallas, and big party. But before that, 2 years prior to that, we went to Tampa. I believe it was like New Year's or something. But anyway, we flew to Tampa to have some good time together. And he told me, he's like, man, remember when I came to your office that day? This is whenever we were working as clients. He said, man, I didn't even have gas to make it to your office. I was going through so many challenges, and I'm just thinking in my head, God, in my head, I'm listening to his story, but I'm trying to measure up. I'm like, man, I'm looking at, he's way ahead of me as far as this, because as men, we measure up based on how much money you can get or how many assets you can acquire. It's a game at the end of the day, and we measure each other. If we do it at the gym, it's a competitive thing. It's not no negative or hating or anything like that. But that's how we become competitive. That's why the world is built the way it is. That's why you see this talk. Look at everything around you. It was all created by men. And if we didn't challenge each other, you would never see the growth in society as we do. So it's a great thing. It's an absolutely amazing thing. But long story short, I was reflecting on where the hell am I at? And like, this guy's over here. We're in the box seats in a freaking NFL game, and then I'm going back to his 35th birthday. He's got a Rolls Royce, and I'm like, man, this guy is killing it. So there is this increase of anxiety that happens with social media or you judging yourself and rating yourself based on others. that also ignites Uncle Ruckus even more. Okay, look at you, you ain't shit. Look at the people around you. Look at your friends. They already had families. They're already married. They already bought their first house. They're already doing this. And it's like, man, you gotta, your time is your time. You gotta go at your own pace is one thing that I learned and realized, But Matt, shout out to Anya, man. He's really motivated me in so many different ways that he doesn't even realize. But anyway, we're here to talk about the imposter syndrome. And what I challenge you to do is, I challenge you to let the radical hero call out the lies and limiting beliefs that isolates people for being great. Let that radical hero call out whatever limiting beliefs you have that is preventing you from going out there and actually getting it. And I remember, just growing up, me being so hard on myself and always secretly believing that I had to be perfect at everything. And I had to be control of everything, because I grew up without a dad. So I had to really encourage myself a lot. And there was one point in life that I remember it, man. I always thought that I was always in control of everything, regardless of what it is. And I had a complete physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion at one point. Throughout me dealing with my issues with my first son's mom, Kylan, we're going back and forth to court. There's tons of video on my channel that covers that. How I even, I had over 10 attorneys, fired all of them, decided to represent myself after everything. That's what the radical hero will do if you decide to say fuck you to that goddamn imposter in your head, to Uncle Ruckus. Radical hero gave me the strength to say fuck it to all these attorneys. And I was like, you know what? This is my first son. If they can't do it, I'll do it my fucking self. And I went there. Watch my videos, man. Watch my videos. I remember when I got hit with the contempt of court. And I was like, okay, y'all want to keep on fucking with me, right? I went and paid the attorney with pennies. Up to today, I still haven't paid him off. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. I'm just trying to elaborate how you can use and overturn that negative energy into positive energy. You can brew that shit and exert yourself and into your mission in life and leave a legacy. You can turn that imposter into a radical hero for somebody else. You have no idea how many people reached out to me when I was even recording those videos, asking me and really just thanking me about what they're saying. I got a few friends out of it. But anyway, nevertheless, there was a time, going back to that physical, mental and emotional breakdown that I had is I remember just crying so many different times and just not knowing the end to this shit that I was going through at the time. I even started having some physical issues. I had anxiety. I had to call 911 twice, and this is actually what started my fitness journey. I never used to work out, and I thought that I was healthy. I thought, I was 140 pounds, I thought that I was healthy, and I used to eat like crap, and I just had a breakdown. It happened twice, and I was like, man, I gotta start working out. I'm about to die. I was like 25, and I started running. I told myself, just run from here to the traffic light. The traffic light was like a quarter mile away, and I used to die going to that traffic light. And eventually went from that traffic light into, going a mile, and now I win freaking 5K championships. Okay, don't play with me no more. Okay, don't play with me, don't play with me, don't play with me. Alright, so it's that's what happens when you say fuck you, Uncle Ruckus. Okay, give it a name. I give mine a name. I call it Uncle Ruckus. That's what I call that, that imposter syndrome. So in essence, why is it important to tackle the imposter syndrome? As you as an individual, as a society as a whole, this video is a way of me tackling this imposter syndrome. It's important because the imposter syndrome can lead to anxiety, depression, stall projects, bitterness, and in essence even hinder the human progress as a society. We have to evolve for survival, for a better life. So it's critically important. And as far as a loan broker, let me just kind of bring this full circle, especially if you're getting started as a loan broker, you're gonna have this you know, you're going to be faced with so many different challenges. Majority of the clients that are coming to you are clients that have faced challenges getting money from a bank, if you just really think about it. So they come to you because they need a hero, you know, and they're usually all challenging. You got real estate loans that, you know, some of the loans, they're very challenging. And sometimes you feel like, man, am I really the right person for the job? Especially even if you're getting started, even if you're thinking about getting into this industry. Sometimes as you're talking to your client and you want to give them a sense of assurity, but you're even unsure about yourself. You know, another aspect of it as well is it's a constant thing because, you know, once you close a loan, there's this sense of you celebrate that win, and then after that win, it's dead and over with, and then you got to move on to another challenge. You know, so it's like you know, like even basketball players. You know, every single year, you got to get that NBA championship. You know, it's stressful. It's not like, you know, some other different careers out there. So you're choosing a path. If you're thinking about becoming a loan broker, that is going to challenge you, and you got to become a better person, you know. And I always say to people sometimes with careers that you take, you got to focus on who you're becoming, not what you're getting or how much you're getting paid. It's who am I becoming? Hopefully, you know, if you're watching this video and if you're considering starting out as a loan broker and you're thinking that, you know, maybe this is something that you might not be able to do, I just want to empower you that I've been there before. You know, or, you know, regardless if you're not trying to be a loan broker, whatever it is that you're trying to do, hopefully you can, you know, take some of this advice or some of these words and, you know, shout out to Burna Boy, that new video he got. You know, that's how we're going to end this video, with that new video he got. Burna Boy, you know, all I say is just, you know,
go ahead, it's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. Get wild, baby. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you. Nobody make me stop the world. Feel my thug passion. Be what you asked for. So tell me if you want action. Until the lights back on. I got the one we could last long. And I never knew my chance. Feel like what I waited for night long. I pull up in my fashion. Every light flashing anyway. We can go ahead and just head out and chill up in my villa together the whole night. Just get in the drop top, take the head out and cruise with your head outside. Go ahead, it's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. Get wild, baby. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you. Nobody make me stop the world. So tell me, what do we do when these people don't know what you've been through? You survive through the night, through the darkest of times. It's only right that you do what you like.
I can help you shit on anybody ever hated. Put you in baguettes, got you feeling like you made it. Everything advanced, nothing that I do is basic. Me and Rolls Royce on a first name basis. Liquor with no chases. Only give her hundreds cause she hates seeing new faces. Know she wanna mind by the stones in her bracelet. Little money niggas see her out and they don't say shit. Oh God. She told me to pay it forward, now she backing it up. Used to date a ball player, but they wrapping it up. Got her in a penthouse and I'm smacking it up. They gon' point you to the top if you asking for us. 21.
Go ahead, it's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. Get wild, baby. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you. Nobody make me stop the world. Go ahead, it's your time, baby. It's your time, baby. Get wild, baby. That's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you.
By the way, if you don't know, this video is brought to you by Pennington Consulting Group, where we always say our goal is to help you reach your goals. So if you're looking for some funding, if you're a business, if you're looking to start, grow, or even expand your business or in need of some funding, you want to go ahead and click the link in the description below and visit us at Pennington Consulting Group. In addition to that, if you're looking to start your own business loan agency, this program is also brought to you by Broker Solutions Academy. And what we do is we help loan brokers and understand and simplify the various funding products that are available in the marketplace so they can properly serve their clients, stop the endless confusion and self-defeating pointless rat race they're currently in, and grow their business while maximizing profits by teaching them how to become a real business loan broker, not just a glorified referral partner. So definitely there's going to be a link in the description. We've worked all year long to really package this program, and it's the most comprehensive loan broker training there is. Guaranteed you're going to be successful, especially if you're going to be having me as your coach. Okay, so definitely want to check the links in the description. In addition to that, if you're interested in some of our media services, we offer YouTube editing services. I have my team. You see how great these videos are. Come on. Okay, you look at our website. Look how good those websites are, and look at your website, okay? So if you're interested in having us work on your website, if you're interested in having us work on your YouTube, or even get your social media game just right, you want to go ahead and reach out to us. There's going to be a link in the description on how we can partner up together to help you grow your social media presence, your web presence, so you can position yourself for success, as I always say. So anyway,